Usually, the series of events with the movie carry on in such a way that if the marketing material of the film is lackluster or poor, you go into the theatre with zero expectations. This often leads to a mediocre or even an above average movie for you personally to be worth the trip in theatres because the bar is in hell. But imagine, just imagine, when you expected nothing. For your hopes to be residing in the deep trenches with Yamraj, you still end up being disappointed. Then you know that there is no saving the fate of this movie. Pati Patni or Wo Do is directed by Muddassar Aziz, a director who seems to have done a PhD at this point when it comes to themes of infidelity, especially explored in the genre of comedy. While I did not actually mind his reboot version of Pati Patni or Wo in 2019 and thoroughly enjoyed Khel Khel Mein, the little hope that I had for this third unnecessary spin-off was that at least Muddassar knows how to make an entertaining film. My god, do I question this after watching this film. I have been more interested in the pap dynamics and snippets of the cast than the storyline of this movie, but as I have become accustomed to taking the cringe bullet for you guys for several years in order for you to save your money in this economy, it's my prerogative to tell you about this film that I am baffled even got approved beyond just being a cash grab franchise idea. I guess that's enough in this day and age. Ayushmann Khurrana plays the role of Pati Patni, who works for the forest department. He lives a happy married life with his wife Aparna, played by Wamiqa Gabbi. When an old college friend Chanchal Kumari, played by Sara appears out of nowhere seeking for his help, Prajapati gets embroiled in a series of lies that develop suspicion within Aparna that her husband may be having an affair, not only with Chanchal Kumari, but even his colleague Nilofer Khan, played by Rakul Preet Singh. Why Prajapati gets into this pickle, how does the police get involved, and why does all of this tie into an influential political family in Prayagraj forms the basic premise of Pati, Patni or Vodo. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch the movie in theatres or not. The good, fleeting moments of fun. The only points where I chuckled or laughed in this movie, that even had the quality to make you feel exhausted despite having a running time of less than 2 hours by the way, was when Ayushman Khurana gets visibly frustrated of someone like Chanchal not understanding his predicament. There is a moment where his wife is asking about his whereabouts. Ayushman obliges, only for Sara Ali Khan to jokingly say कि बीवी को बांध के क्यों नहीं रखते हो? To which Ayushman states कि वो भैंसा नहीं है, मेरी बीवी है. The line itself is not funny, but Ayushman's irritation is what got to me in a few instances. When Chanchal, who is a perpetual in this movie, runs and somehow brings the wife in the same location as them, Ayushman frustratingly states कि भाई अच्छा होगा कि तुम मुझे अभी ही मार डालो. It's this mess that Ayushman has got himself into and cannot get out of that accounts for fleeting moments of fun. There is also a very risque dialogue by Rakul telling Ayushman on what he is doing is just like Amitabh Bachchan and Hrithik Roshan covering up the gag by saying Agnipat. याद है ना उनके साथ climax में क्या हुआ था? I wonder how they got away with such pot shots. The only actor who was effortlessly funny, even while being handed over some really cringeworthy lines, was Tigmanshu Dhulia. Imagine if Ramadir Singh was simply transported to the genre of a slapstick comedy. It's exactly the shtick that Tigmanshu doubles down on. He has a sarcastic cadence in his dialogue, and he is genuinely a breath of fresh air in an environment where everyone is screaming and shouting. It's absolutely unbearable, and for me to find a silver lining in this movie is like a man on a first date avoiding every red flag clearly visible to the naked eye. It's not even funny on how this movie tested my patience, how it goes from something harmless in the first half to being as cringeworthy as a comedy like Pagalpanti. Yeah, that atrocity was shocking. It was like seeing a roller coaster that was just perpetually going downhill. So let's talk about it. I hope you empathize with my mental and emotional state right now. The underwhelming aspects. Outdated comedy. There is something extremely concerning about the writing of this movie by Ravi Kumar and Muddassar Aziz. This movie has the pitch of comedy circus skits. It is literally written in the manner in which movies like Dream Girl 2 and Vicky Vidya Ka Wo Wala Video are written. The assumption that the Indian audience likes such slapstick and tone-deaf comedy. One forest officer says, I am Leopard Virgin, and Ayushman is introduced as the hero as Leopard Casanova. The typical name confusion gag continues. Bobby है उसका नाम, नहीं Sunny है. Nilofer is driving away mid-argument and Ayushman saying, Nilofer, रुक जाओ, Nilo. Outdated is an understatement, I swear. There is this effeminate character who plays Prajapati's PA in this film. The purpose of him in the film is कि वो टहलते रहता है. And because he has a, well, lachak in his step, the assumption is that he is of course gay. And it is the same treatment that you may remember of the character from Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya, the cricket game if you remember. The antics are associated with this suggestive background score, and this gag continues with anything that is marginally representative of the LGBTQI community. The characters, in order to denote that they are gay, start speaking in Urdu and start performing like Rekha from Umbrao Jan, because the assumption is that if you don't have such over-the-top theatrics, then you of course cannot be gay. There is also a running gag of Vijay Raj, who is a cop but essentially is like every other jobless karyakarta who cannot see couples in public being in close proximity with one another. He takes on the role of the moral police basically, that anyway couples in India in real life have horror stories to tell, but the movie presents it with this comedic lens that I just did not find funny. Sequences of couples being harassed in the park continue, and of course Prajapati is found in the thick of it. A couple mistakes two men as a gay couple and says, "Arre, double seat." They reply, "हम तो कुल्फी खा रहे थे." The cop says, "कौन सी कुल्फी खा रहे थे? हमें पता है."
Are you serious right now, bro?
"कुल का दीपक फुलझड़ी निकला" is another line. It's just very crass and stupid, honestly. Illogical sequences and transitions. What became very clear to me when I was watching this movie was that there is a clear conflict of interest of what the movie is and what the music of this film is. Basically, the film is directed by Muddassar Aziz, but you can clearly tell that the music is purely a decision made by the music company, having little to no correlation to the plot of the movie. Other than Roop Di Rani, which is the most lazy integration to the plot, every other song has been shot in these absolutely tacky sets that are abrupt cutaways to the plot developing. The movie has been significantly shot in Prayagraj, but whenever the movie has to transition to a song, a random set appears. A B-grade forest would appear on set, and suddenly one is to assume that this is where T-Series just had to finish their quota of the number of songs that need to exist in a movie for it to at least be marketable to the audience. Angadai and Dilwale Chor are such lazy, random songs that you almost do a double take on where did this sequence come from. Don't get me started on the social media stars who do their single as the end credits roll, a typical case of Bollywood jumping on social media hype while the wave of the meme has already passed. In the comedy of errors, of course, there are going to be several sequences that will make no practical sense but serve the purpose of comedy. But this one sequence involving an abandoned building or a construction site is so random that you realize that many of the situations in the film are first thought of about how it'll be perfect, but the way to reach there is an afterthought. Why a character like Chanchal is running away from Aparna independent of Prajapati makes no sense. Chanchal is running away from Aparna as if she were an absconding criminal. This is way before having ever seen them together, by the way, but it's purely done for the purpose of staging for an interval block. The movie is still bearable till its hook, but the nosedive it takes in the second half was shocking for me. Pitch and performances. I understand that movies of this genre are just pitched on another decibel. I mean, think about the pitch of Krishna in the Kapil Sharma show. This is the memo that everyone gets, and if a film is capable to make an actor like Aisha Raza irritating, then I blame the direction and writing more than the performances. I mean, everyone is just screaming at the top of their lungs and most of the gags just don't land. Rakul Preet Singh hilariously attempts a UP accent while she is introduced in the film, but as the running minutes progress, she completely abandons this accent. It's almost as if the accent were a part of the deleted scenes of this movie. Wamiqa, Gabbi, an actor I love, is just mostly, well, disappointed or snapping at her husband and does as the script demands. It isn't anything new or special. The same is the case with Sara Ali Khan. I'm not stepping out of the theatre with this conclusion that Sara opened some new skill set of having impeccable comic timing. It's as stale as her shairi and it just produces crickets in theatres. Ayushmann Khurrana is in autopilot mode, a pitch and delivery of a family setup in North India that he has mastered and done to death at this point. Mr. ROI was fun when there was novelty to such roles and genre, but now it's the case of it just being repetitive. Vijay Raj is literally playing the same character he did in Vicky Vidya Ka Wo Wala video. It's absolutely nothing new or surprising. What however followed as the climax came closer genuinely made me facepalm. See, when a movie is based on the lead character being from the forest department, then you know there is going to be an integration of CGI animals. I mean, you introduce your hero like Singham capturing a leopard, I know the pitch of the movie, I buy into it. But when you integrate elements of a bhedia and a beehive absolutely creating chaos, then the movie goes into the territory of, well, the monkey also appearing from Ankhe out of nowhere. I mean, the movie doesn't even commit to its absurdity. I mean, do it. Do it properly. Do the comedy of errors full throttle. Dude, bring the retriever from its entertainment. Bring Tuffy, resurrect him from Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. Bring the entire animal kingdom. But because this is an Ayushmann Khurana movie, they also have the audacity to give me a moral lecture on rumors, on fake news, and the ramifications one deals with when such rumors are spread. I mean, give me a break. What are we even doing? This movie genuinely made me want to wish that I was in the writer's room and wonder how the makers thought that this was a good idea. The nosedive in quality from the first half to the second half was appalling in this film. You know, I saw many couples around me enjoying themselves, but even they got slightly exhausted by the end of it. When your movie has the capability to irritate even the casual theatre going audience, then you know the ramifications are going to be catastrophic. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Pati Patni or Wo Do. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handles are right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.